Great night for women's college basketball here in Greenville. It's the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks driving down, taking on the East Carolina Pirates. Big time matchup, 7th all-time meeting, and these programs are ready to rock and roll for a Tuesday night of women's college basketball. We're walking inside Minges Coliseum with the coach, Deborah Taylor. I'm EvanBudrovich. These programs are gearing up for semester finals this week. So, Coach, what must these programs do to put on a good foot before those semester breaks?
We're getting close to the end of non-conference play, and you want to, as a coach, know who you are as a team. So finalize putting the puzzle pieces together, secure your lineups, and get ready to get out of exam break and go into conference play.
Maryland Eastern Shore has elite guard play, and this is a big program looking for an upset win tonight. How must Maya Thomas, who had an excellent game against Seton Hall, step up today against ECU?
She's got a lot of experience. She's a graduate student from Chesapeake, Virginia, and she's going to need to help control the tempo of this game and make sure her team takes care of the ball. She leads the Hawks in assists and minutes per game and is second in scoring, averaging just over 11. She's also made 16 threes on the season. Her team will need to rely on her consistency and ball protection today.
East Carolina counters with the reigning AAC Player of the Week, Danae McNeil, who has stepped up defensively for the Pirates. How has that impacted this program?
She's also the reigning American Conference Player of the Week, and she's equally capable on both sides of the ball as she leads her team in scoring, averaging 19 points a game, and is ranked 3rd in the country in steals per game. It's not often you see such a great two-way player. Danae McNeil, she's got an incredible tool belt with a lot of tools in it.
McNeil's putting up some impressive numbers last week. How about now 3rd in the country in total steals? Her program leads the country in steals, and McNeil right up there with them. So for East Carolina today, defense is the name of the game for Kim McNeil's club.
It is, and I think Kim McNeil's also looking for another consistent scorer for her club. McNeil's been carrying a heavy load, and there are very many capable players on this East Carolina roster coming out of that American Conference Tournament Championship and NCAA bid last season.
An ECU team off a 7-point win over Coppin State. Maryland Eastern Shore, tough loss at Seton Hall on Sunday.
Maryland Eastern Shore had won 3 in a row prior to that loss.
And with that, let's get this party rolling. Sir Williams, our lead official, to tip things off, and we are started in Greenville. East Carolina on a 2-game win streak, led by its defense. Although the defense here for Maryland Eastern Shore, a good start with the steal.
East Carolina looking to go to a little high-low. Maryland Eastern Shore, great job getting around on the post with that deflection.
Fred Batchelor's program, 63 points a game, and have excelled in bench scoring this year. Top bench scoring team in the MEAC. Ball movement early in this possession and a turnover for J.B. Bannerman.
East Carolina loves that matchup zone. We're going to get to see a lot of it today.
The starting 5 features Karina Gordon, the true freshman, into the lineup today. And we noted in the open the talent of Danae McNeil, not in the starting 5, and then she just jumps back in for ECU. It is a rotating cast of characters the last 2 games for Kim McNeil.
He's trying to figure it out. Morgan Mosley, the junior, with the long-range shot.
ECU enters this game only shooting 31% from 3. Maryland Eastern Shore starting 5 features 2 elite 3-point threats. J.B. Bannerman with 16 threes, and Maya Thomas also 16 triples. Huge strength of the Hawks, shooting it from deep.
Well, they're going to need that if they want to score against this very stingy matchup zone of East Carolina. You see they play toes on the 3-point line, put good pressure on the ball. You stay with that dribble. It's got man principles.
There's a turnover. Micah Dennis with it. Weiss wanted it on the run, and that's intercepted. Both teams trading the ball back and forth. Lester kicks it out. Bannerman attacks, way off. And a foul here on Maryland Eastern Shore is Ashanti Lynch.
Ashanti Lynch, and I don't think this was a misprint ever, but she is one of 17 children. That's amazing. Hi, Mom and Dad, if you're out there watching. You guys are awesome.
Out of Hookerton, North Carolina. That's a busy family equation. Not the Adams family, but right up there with them.
Double high post screen goes into the stagger, and here comes the second cutter off the stagger, well defended.
Danae McNeil, who averaged 25 points a game last week, hits her first shot.
She does a great job kissing that high off the glass because she was forced pretty wide on that. That was a tough shot.
Good blow by Bannerman. And Reich got a piece of it. No whistle. And they'll stay here.
I like Bannerman's attack, though. The best way to beat that matchup zone is to beat it down the floor and attack it early. And she went right at the heart of the zone.
Maryland Eastern Shore shot just 30% in the loss against Seton Hall. That's a team that's defeated both these programs.
Seton Hall's a tough team this year. They're a physical team, got a lot of great athletes. The sweet spots in the zone are the baseline, the short corner, and the high post. That ball has got to go in there.
Oh, there's a steal. McNeil on the run, and the nation's leader in steals adds a fast break bucket.
Give her another steal.
That is the strength of East Carolina, forcing the most turnovers in the country. How does this defense fuel East Carolina?
It's their MO, and Coach McNeil and her husband Corey, I mean, they brought this defense with them from Hartford, and it's a different kind of zone, and you really have to prepare for it. And a lot of teams struggle with it. You got to hit long-range shots against it.
Because that shot's way off.
You watch Danae McNeil right here with the quick hand. She put it anywhere in her vicinity. She's got just great anticipation. That's an easy 2 for her, and that's something that Maryland Eastern Shore can ill afford to do today. They cannot allow those open court turnovers.
This ball will stay here. East Carolina forces over 20 turnovers a game. Second in the country in steals behind Texas. Vic Schaefer's club getting after the basketball. Micah Dennis spins, throws it up, no good. Tip drill, no. And Leslie Thomas came out with it.
Leslie Thomas had 14 points against Seton Hall. She's a tough rebounder.
Kick out, Maya Thomas off on the 3. McNeil in the transition. Danae off on the jumper. Both teams slow shooting start.
Maryland Eastern Shore is yet to get that ball into the free throw line area. You have to make the back line of the zone come up. Right now, they're just kind of like 4 out, 1 in, which isn't going to work. The quick dribble to draw the foul.
Micah Dennis called for her first. Now a quick sub. Kaya Miller. Pardon me. Kimora Jenkins checks in. Weiss takes the breather. Dennis exits.
Like Kimora Jenkins up at the top of that zone. She's a transfer from Georgia. She's got long arms. She's quick and athletic. She's tough to throw over. And dribble, dribble, dribble against the zone.
Bannerman knocks in the corner 3. Great ball movement from Eastern Shore.
And that's going to make the defense have to come out a little bit. Going to hit a couple threes.
Here's Karina Gordon, the top-rated freshman for East Carolina. Hit a critical go-ahead triple on Saturday. And now McNeil saves it. Danae versus 2. Maya Joyner's first touch. Lobs that one right near the corner. Heaved up. And a shot clock violation.
Maya Joyner, the reigning American Conference Freshman of the Year. She's really got to do a good job tightening up her passes. She's come a long way in 1 year. She's got a long way to go, but making better passes to shooters is one of the things she needs to work on.
Look at this ferocious defense. Lester on the drive, kicks it out. Great movement. Bannerman is fouled. 3 free throws coming up.
Foul by Morgan Mosley. She's a senior. She's got a lot of experience. She looks like she's in great shape this year. She's really good at taking charges. Good to see her in the starting lineup today. She's a great work ethic. Couldn't really see that one, but
sets up the first free throws of the night for either team.
Didn't look like she touched her too much, did it?
Sold the contact. Here's Fred Batchelor, who is the winningest coach at Maryland Eastern Shore. More importantly, he's developed decades of success. 500 or better record in 10 of the last 15 years. The club that's made a MEAC final have, of course, fallen to great programs. Norfolk State, Hampton in the last decade. His club picked 4th. This might be the year for Maryland Eastern Shore.
Maryland Eastern Shore off the made free throws, able to get into a little full court pressure on the ball. You see Maya Thomas, she's just great at being a pest.
McNeil lobs. Joyner throws it up. No. Big rebound for Thomas. Bannerman's pass is tipped. A steal, 4 turnovers for East Carolina, and a foul here. Maryland Eastern Shore on a 6-0 run, leading us into this media timeout. Welcome back to Greenville. Very one-sided in favor of the Pirates all time. ECU's never lost a matchup in this series. And the last time these teams met, Debbie, Danae McNeil went off for 31 and 6.
It's quite a day right there. 6 rebounds, 6 steals. Not a bad day for Danae McNeil. We'll see what she's able to do in this one.
McNeil just this week, first player in 4 years with 25 points and 7 steals in a game. That was LaShonda Monk 4 years ago. Helping her Pirates win 2 straight, get back over 500. Joyner blows in, bangs it in.
I think that's Coach McNeil out of the timeout, wanting to get Amaya Joyner, the sophomore, going. Isolates her in the high post, lets her take it one-on-one to the rim. There's another steal by McNeil, and it rhymes.
She can do it all. She can rhyme, she can steal, and score in transition.
You got to learn that lesson the first time you do it and not throw it in her vicinity again. You got to step to the pass when you're around Danae McNeil.
That's the leader in steals in the country with 2 early ones. Long outlet stolen by Weish, joining the steal party. Gordon ahead to McNeil. Fires a 3, way short. Heat check shot there from McNeil. Lynch tasks the defense. Second chance in. Ariana Sewell there.
The Hawks need to get their transition game going because they are really having a difficult time playing against the matchup zone in the half court. They need to create a little offense with their defense.
McNeil Tough look. Rebound Eastern Shore. 6 points for Bannerman. She's been the star so far. Kick out. Open triple. That's a great look. Ashante Lynch from D. How about the ball movement here, Maryland Eastern Shore?
That was nice composure on that possession to find an open teammate. Beautiful shot by Lynch.
2 assists on 3 buckets for the Hawks.
She can score. She had 1,000 points in her junior year in high school.
Joyner, 1v1. Goes right to her bag for 4 quick points.
Joyner operating in that pinch post. She can face up. I like the footwork. I like the shot selection. You got to get a hand in her face.
Joyner shot just 1 of 6 on Saturday. Nice adjustment in this first quarter.
Joyner's a player that cannot let missing shots dictate what she does on the floor. She has to just get the next play mentality, play with the same intensity on offense and defense regardless of whether she's scoring. There's a great shot.
Thomas banks it in.
She's so quick with the ball. She goes right down the middle of the floor. 4th
different player to score for Fred Batchelor's club. Jenkins. ECU's led by 6 from McNeil, 4 for Joyner. No one else on the board.
East Carolina really trying to look at that high-low. They've got a definitive height advantage in the post, but end up taking a long-range shot.
Lynch in transition. Nice pass. Thomas knocks out the 3. Second chance. There you go.
That's how they're going to do it. They're going to get rebounds. They're going to get steals, get the hustle plays to keep them in this game.
That's the grad student, Mahogany Lester, out of Virginia Beach. Largest lead for Eastern Shore at 5. Joyner begging for the rock.
Maryland Eastern Shore ranks 31st in the country in offensive rebounding. You can see right now, get a little flavor for it, how they just all crash the glass.
East Carolina re-enters Micah Dennis, brings in Tatiana Weiss, twin sister of Talia. And Kaya Miller comes in. And Eastern Shore will sub in a couple of fresh faces, including J.B. Bannerman. Dennis, corner 3. That'll heat up East Carolina, first 3 of the night. One name we have not seen for East Carolina tonight, Sania Johnson. And it looks on the sideline, she's not suited up.
She's a big piece of the puzzle for the Pirates, but obviously sick or injured. There's a reason she's over there tonight, not in the game.
So the senior captain is out. East Carolina down 2, final minute of this first quarter.
The thing about the Pirates is, though, they have enough talent on this team to compensate for a player being out on a given night.
Miller traveled. East Carolina, 4 turnovers.
And Kaya Miller, the 5'10 freshman from Woodbridge, Virginia, top 100 recruit for Coach Kim and her staff. 2nd top 100 recruit. It was My Joyner last year that they've been able to get to come here to Greenville. There's the pass to the middle of the floor.
Haynes blocked and a foul. Joyner her first. So that sends Zamara Haynes, the Philly product, to the free throw line.
The fans certainly didn't agree with that one. We'll get to take a look at it. Jordan thinks she had all ball, and she may have a legitimate argument. She is animated. I'll give her that.
There's Kim McNeil, earned her 55th win on Saturday, and searching for her first 3-game win streak since the run in the AAC Conference Tournament. And the Pirates won the tournament title.
After being picked last in the conference last season. It was one of the best stories in college basketball.
First free throw here for Zamara Haynes. And let's take a look about this foul.
Drive to the rim. It looked more like if there was a foul, it was on Danae McNeil, not on Joyner. McNeil got her on the way up, but Joyner looked like had all ball.
That rolls out, 2-point game. Dennis is trapped. Nice job escaping.
Little high-low action. Joyner with position. She's calling for it. She wants it now.
Joyner doubled and fouled. That's on the floor. Only the third team foul for Eastern Shore.
East Carolina likes to use that high screen to get into a high-low look and get Joyner going. Get the ball in her hands a little bit.
McNeil exits. Bobby Smith, the sophomore at Garner, gets her first minutes tonight.
She had a great freshman year. Played in 33 games as a freshman. She's a smart player.
4-second difference. East Carolina shooting 40% in this first quarter. Weish, lob, Joyner, short, second chance. There you go.
I like it. I like the high-low look. I like to see Joyner just get her feet underneath her and power up the first time, but you can just see the talent.
Blocked three-pointer. Strong defense from Miller to end the first. And Amaya Joyner carrying the Pirates early.
Look at the high-low look. Joyner calls for the ball, misses it, goes after a shot, the power dribble, and the finish. East Carolina tie.
We call it drive. The unrelenting desire to become the person you were born to be. Ignited by a moment. The realization that a future you could only dream of is within reach. At East Carolina University, you won't just imagine a path. You'll forge one through hard work and the success that comes without surrender. The journey that leads to your future. And this is where it begins.
Big loss for the Pirates tonight. Sania Johnson, multi-year captain, unavailable for East Carolina. When she was playing in the AAC tournament, what a fantastic week.
Now, she certainly saved her best basketball for the end of the season. She was named the American Championship Most Outstanding Player. She's so effective in the top of that zone with her long wingspan, and you know she's a leader. She's a big energy boost for the Pirates, so not kind of sad for them not to have her out there today.
Played 13 minutes Saturday, unavailable tonight. All tied through this first quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore led by 6 from Bannerman. And now the trap is on.
Oh, three-quarter court pressure.
Bannerman blows in and draws contact. Officially a lower leg injury for Sania Johnson, unavailable tonight.
Oh, let's hope it's not serious and she's back in action soon, and hopefully this upcoming exam break may give her a little chance to rest. Which
will test East Carolina's defense. She's an anchor down there defensively.
She really is. She causes some serious havoc on the defensive end.
Now Kashe Wilson checks in, senior guard out of Maryland. Without Johnson, this defense holding Eastern Shore to 15 points early. Sewell spins, banks out, second chance, no. Weish the rebound.
But you see how that flash cut by Sewell creates that one-on-one, and she takes advantage of it and drives to the basket. That was nice offense by the Hawks.
Joyner tough look. That's a block. Sewell comes out with it, then throws it away. A turnover.
I want to see Joyner catch that ball and keep it high.
Joyner has all the tools and ability. Struggled on Saturday. Her season low, 1 of 6 shooting.
You know, there's a part of the game that's talent, and there's a part of the game that's intelligence and mental toughness. And she's really got to work on being mentally tough and playing the next play when things don't go her way, and she'll be a star if she can get that piece.
Weish down low. Nice hook. Rebound, Maryland Eastern Shore. That was a tough rebound. And a sick crossover there from Zamara Haynes. Putting the Kyrie Irving handles to work.
The Weish sisters, one of 10 sets of twins in NCAA Division I, transferred in from the University of Florida and give the Pirates some good size.
Both have played tonight for Kim McNeil. Corner ball, Sewell. She is trapped.
Great pressure by Joyner.
Here's Haynes with 3. What do you got, Haynes? Deep triple. Rebound, Micah Dennis. Pirates in transition. Dennis the kick out. Miller off on the 3. ECU 1 of 6 tonight from deep after shooting 4 of 23 on Saturday. Here's Joyner. She fires a 3 and knew it was off right away. That might not be the best look if you're Kim McNeil right now.
I don't think that's the shot our team. You know, the job of the 5 players on the floor is to find the best shot for the group. Doesn't always have to be a rush shot, and sometimes people are open for a reason.
Maryland Eastern Shore's gone 3 minutes without scoring, and McNeil's making life tough.
The pressure is just extended outside the 3-point line now, which opens the middle up more, and they're not taking advantage of it.
Sewell is way off. Nice effort on the save, but that goes out of bounds.
They're just continuing to get contested outside shots, and that's exactly what this matchup does to you. Late in the shot clock, taking a shot you don't want to take.
Micah Dennis, fresh off a 7-assist performance, lays it off to Weish. McNeil working in the block. Weish, little spin, rattles out. Joyner blocked. Sewell got a piece of it. Wilson wants the screen. Nice ball. Bannerman fouled. Second time East Carolina's fouled a 3-point shooter.
That one was definitely a foul. Joyner went flying out at the shooter. She needs to come out with a good closeout, stay on her feet with high hands. She's so tall, she's got long arms. Just make the shot difficult.
So Joyner called for her second. Pardon me, her first. Yeah, Joyner will head to the bench. That brings in the freshman, Jade Tillman. So JB Bannerman and Maryland Eastern Shore, its highest preseason ranking in 5 years for Coach Fred Batchelor. Norfolk State, the reigning champions at #1.
He's got some good experience. 3 graduate students, 4 juniors.
Howard, the reigning regular season champs, but were upset by Larry Vickers' program in the conference tournament. They've had 5 different tournament champs in the last 6 years in the MEAC. It is wide open.
That's kind of fun.
That's my kind of league if I'm a coach. Alongside the women Mary legend, Debbie Taylor, I'm EvanBudrovich. And the free throws extend this lead. 3-point difference for Maryland Eastern Shore. East Carolina on this end, yet to make a basket from the field in the second quarter. Weish with a foul. Tillman draws it on Mahogany Lester.
And East Carolina definitely has the size advantage here, but Maryland Eastern Shore doing a nice job moving their feet, getting around on the post players, and forcing them out of shooting range.
How do you exploit that size if you're ECU?
You get a piece of real estate in the paint. You get down there, you set a couple screens. Right now they're getting pushed up the lane, pushed off the block by smaller players, and you crash the offensive boards.
Maryland Eastern Shore +5 on the glass. Great performance. Tillman late, turns it over. Bannerman the other way, in transition for the layup. takes advantage of ECU's 6th turnover and an immediate timeout for Kim McNeil. Frustration from the East Carolina Pirates. Maryland Eastern Shore on a 5-0 run to start this second quarter. Early in the college basketball season, the initial net rankings. East Carolina, #2 in the American. North Texas, 7-1. Off to a nice start in this league with 3 top 100 teams in the net.
American's got some great basketball, some really good players, and some really good coaches. It's going to be another interesting year. As we said, East Carolina coming from behind last year, step by step, putting a brick in the wall and winning the conference tournament. It was exciting.
And a team not on that list, Coach Fernandez's South Florida program, always elite. Expect those rankings to shake up a bit before conference starts in January.
For sure.
Right now, #1 in the net is South Carolina, matching the AP poll this week. Don Staley's club comes here to Greenville at the end of December. Weish knocks in the jumper. First points for Tatiana.
And that's the shot you need to hit. Again, that high-low look. If you don't guard the high post, you have to be able to hit the 15-foot shot.
First player not named McNeil, Joyner, or Dennis to score. Bannerman bangs in. That's short. Sewell unable to hit it.
It's good offense, though. Post-to-post pass.
Tillman lets it fly. Rebound, Eastern Shore.
Ariana Sewell from the Bronx.
She is built for tough. Top 5 in MEAC rebounding.
7.5 a game.
This is one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. And ECU's held him at bay. Nice find to Miller. Missing the layup and a tussle for the boards. That was a boxing match with Mahogany Lester, the daughter of NBA vet Joe Smith, getting after that board. Now in transition, that pops out for Thomas. There is a fight for Maryland Eastern Shore tonight.
Maryland Eastern Shore out-rebounded Mount St. Mary's by 21. I mean, they really know how to rebound the basketball. And it keeps them in a lot of games.
Ranked 69th in the country on the boards. Dennis, crossover, looks to break through, lays it in.
Beautiful move with the left-hand finish. Micah Dennis, the transfer from Oklahoma State, leads the team in assists. We love the energy she plays with.
noted in the win on Saturday postgame. Her team's ability to shake off a tough first half, trailing by 10 against Coppin State. Bounce back to win by 7.
Micah Dennis had 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. East Carolina forced 11 turnovers in the fourth quarter and got themselves back in the game and got the lead.
Tillman scoops up the board. That was a second straight East Carolina win.
Really trying to work that high-low.
Tillman wanted the rock. McNeil fires, battles out. Miller the board, spins. That one bounces out. Weish throws it away. And a foul on Miller. Maryland Eastern Shore has limited second chance opportunities for ECU.
Yeah, but that was really good effort by the Pirates on that possession. They were crashing. Second shot opportunities. Kaya Miller, the freshman, takes a seat. Some good minutes. Those minutes will add up for her as she continues to learn the system, learn the game at this level. It's a good piece of the puzzle for the Pirates.
Open 3. Knocked in. Mahogany Lester from deep.
Left her wide open off that screen.
Largest lead for Maryland Eastern Shore. A steal. Lester takes it. Now in transition. Ahead. Layup. There you go.
And the Pirates are just playing with like no energy. No energy at all. This is not the same team we watched the other night in Maryland Eastern Shore. They came in here to win.
Ashante Lynch with the layup.
You cannot assume any opponent is going to roll over for you. East Carolina clearly the more talented team, but they're just playing with no heart right now.
Tillman cuts in. A lot of contact. It'll stay here. Tough defense from Lester. Now Jenkins and Joyner re-enter.
Kimora Jenkins, a junior, she's got some great experience. She's a nice pull-up. She's really good at the top of the zone. She transferred in after playing a year at Georgia where she didn't get a lot of playing time.
Just faced her twin sister on Saturday in the win over Hampton, Coppin State. A steal here.
Love to see more bounce passing into the post. Really like the ball movement on that possession, but then they threw it up in the air.
Gillum the find, Lynch the layup.
The transition and the lack of transition defense.
7-0 run for the Hawks. McNeil attacks, knocks that one in.
And that's what you need. That's what you need. You need your leader to take matters into her own hands. And I like when she calls her own number. I always say McNeil needs to be a little more selfish. That's a great shot to settle things for her team.
8 points for McNeil, nearing double figures for the 8th straight game. Great find. Lynch, that's offensive. Illegal screen on Thomas because that lane parted like the Red Sea.
She just blew right by the defense.
Second foul for Leslie Thomas. She exits. Lynch steps aside.
Leslie Thomas is a big piece of puzzle for the Hawks.
Thomas, the enforcer from Winston-Salem Christian, just across the state. East Carolina 3 of 13 in this quarter with 4 turnovers. McNeil unable to answer.
And that play's designed for McNeil to go one-on-one.
Gillum the pass. Layup in transition, Haynes.
God, the transition offense for the Hawks is just full throttle right now. Nobody's stopping the ball. Nobody's getting back on defense, just standing and watching.
11 points off turnovers for Maryland Eastern Shore. Joyner lost it. And ECU, mental mistakes, 8 turnovers.
And you can see in East Carolina's body language, they need to like pick it up, get back on defense, start playing with a little more intensity.
Another easy look. Sewell extends the lead.
You got to be able to right the ship yourself when you're out there. And Coach Kim is hoping that her team can figure this out, pull it together.
5 straight layups for Eastern Shore. And a reach-in foul on Maya Thomas. What has Maryland Eastern Shore done to take advantage in transition?
they're just playing harder. They're just getting out and going. They know that's the way they're going to get baskets. They don't want to play against that zone. And again, easiest way to beat the zone, beat it down the floor. They're just running the lane. Nobody's matching up. Clearly right now they want it more.
Joyner cuts through, way off. Rebound, no. Tip drill. Dennis, she throws. Joyner fires and traveled. Back-to-back turnovers for East Carolina.
Somebody on East Carolina's team needs to take control and pull their team together and fire them up, talk to them. There's no communication right now. They're hanging their heads. They're letting their offense dictate their defense. See if they can turn the tide here before they go into halftime.
4 turnovers in the last 4 minutes. Maryland Eastern Shore, 5 of its last 5, extending this lead. Wilson blows by. Kick out is tipped. Haynes with 10. Pressure. Haynes, 2. Haynes heaves. Shot clock violation. Better defense from East Carolina.
Good job, good defensive stance by the Pirates. With 50 seconds left in the half, let's see what they can do on the offensive end. They need a good possession here, a little momentum to carry them into halftime.
2-minute scoring drought to end the half. McNeil pops an air ball, saved to Maryland Eastern Shore. Lester in transition. Haynes runs the lane. Offensive board. Reset Wilson.
She got going a little bit too fast for herself on that one. They're going to use this time up. Take the last shot of the half. Get their offense set. Make their move. Probably around the 10-second mark.
Wilson the crossover. Pressure. Sewell heaves. That's off. 1 second left. And that ends the first half. Maryland Eastern Shore holds East Carolina scoreless for the final 3 minutes. It was all Hawks in that second quarter, plus 10. And Maryland Eastern Shore up 10 as we head to halftime here in Greenville. Plenty more on ESPN+.
Hello and welcome inside the American Studios. I'm Morgan Uber. The American football regular season finales did not disappoint. We have a number of our top plays this week from the gridiron, and we start with a showdown in the Big Easy with UTSA at Tulane at number 5, a battle of the undefeateds in conference play. Second quarter, Michael Pratt drops back, looks deep, and airs one out to Chris Brazzle. Brazzle dazzle, hauling it in with one hand. What a grab to set up the score for Tulane, and the Green Wave roll, finishing on top 29-16. At number 4, we go to the hardwood, Arkansas-Memphis in the battle for Atlantis semifinals. Malcolm Dandridge denial. The Tigers now dangerous in transition. Caleb Mills with the lob for Jaquan Walton with the slam. The Tigers roar their way to an 84-79 victory over number 20 Arkansas. Coming in at number 3, the regular season finale for Charlotte in South Florida, all knotted up in the first quarter with Dantes Fagan with the takeaway. Fagan with the all-out hustle, making a diving grab as he goes and gets it. The right place, right time, with great anticipation for his first interception of the season. We've got more from this game at number 2 in the fourth quarter. Bulls on the 1 looking to add to their lead. Byron Brown to Naeem Simmons. Ball magnet. A one-handed TD grab to put the exclamation point on it. And with the dub, the Bulls hit magic number 6 to become bowl eligible. Finally, at number 1, men's hoops. East Carolina hosting Kennesaw State. The Owls float one in to go up 2. Now with 2.5 ticks left, the Pirates, living on a prayer from half court, Bobby Pettiford Jr. calls game. They don't call it Mingus Magic for nothing. Bobby buckets with ice in his veins as he went on to put up a career-high 18 points and gave his team a celebration to last a lifetime in the memorable 1-point victory. Remember, if you ever see a top play happen live, you can always let us know on social media using the hashtag #AmericanTopPlays, and let us know on social media at American_Conf. Be sure to keep it right here on ESPN Plus, as we've got much more coming up for you right after this short break.
Gotcha. Coming out of this break. Okay.
We're going to be talking, huh?
As long as we're not talking, walking, and juggling, I think I can do it. Welcome back to Minges Coliseum. Maryland Eastern Shore up 10 at halftime on a Monday night for women's college basketball. Welcome to Minges Coliseum with the coach, Deborah Taylor. I'm EvanBudrovich. The Hawks forced 10 turnovers, +5 in points in transition. What impressed you about Maryland Eastern Shore in that first half?
They came to play and they came to win, and they're playing with tremendous energy, tremendous unity. And the difference in this game right now is exactly that their effort and the 11 points they've gotten in transition off of forced turnovers.
Closed that first half on a 10-point swing to jump ahead by 10. And now for East Carolina coming out of this halftime break, it's a big moment for adjustment here for Kim McNeil's club.
Well, I don't know if it's so much adjustment. I think the coaches are doing their job. Sometimes the players have to do their job. And right now, East Carolina doesn't have anybody stepping up, anyone leading. They're disjointed. And this is one of those half times where maybe the coaches walk out of the locker room and let the players meet and figure it out, because East Carolina clearly is a little more talented, but they're not playing that way.
Danae McNeil and the Pirates got off to a nice start in that first quarter, rolling some of the highlights. And early on, it was ECU making things happen, especially with the defensive end leading the offense.
It looked like Maryland Eastern Shore was going to have a really hard time getting through East Carolina's matchup zone. As we see Danae McNeil, she got 2 quick steals and layups early, and they were really struggling. But then all of a sudden, the Hawks started finding a way into the interior of the zone. They knocked down a couple threes. They started stealing the ball, and they never stopped with the energy. They didn't let their offense dictate their defense, and they got their transition game going, and that was trouble for the Pirates.
Eastern Shore then got involved in transition. 10 points in that second quarter.
And East Carolina is just not doing a good job taking care of the ball. Their passes are lazy. Their passes aren't accurate. And really, no one out there is playing with any kind of energy. As we can see with the stats, the rebounds are even. 3-point shooting for the Pirates is kind of abysmal right now. Maryland Eastern Shore, the shorter team, 16 points in the paint, and a lot of that is out of transition.
And dominating on the offensive glass, too. You don't see it in the numbers, but very good in second chance points, +5.
They are making things happen. They're creating second shot opportunities for themselves. Look for East Carolina to come out. They need to get back to the locker room. They need to regroup as a team, and the players need to take charge of this one. They need to bring some energy, intensity, and do what they do best. That's get out in transition, force turnovers, and score.
When we come back, we'll get you all set for this second half. Maryland Eastern Shore and East Carolina. So far, it's all Hawks through 20 minutes. I know what you're saying. All the colors. Gearing up for the second half of this Monday night hoops action. Maryland Eastern Shore up 10 to a nice start here in Greenville. So far, with Ashante Lynch and company attacking the basket well for Eastern Shore tonight.
Ashante Lynch, she's 3 for 5, knocking down one from long range. She's got 7 points on the evening. She's catching, ready to shoot, getting out in transition, putting some points on the board for her team to give them this 10-point lead.
Lynch and Bannerman were excellent in that first half for Eastern Shore. And if you're East Carolina, conversely, looking to stop Lynch, and then on your end of the court, getting Danae McNeil involved both defensively and offensively.
And I think Danae McNeil needs to take a little bit of control of her team and be more vocal and help lead. But, you know, she's such a capable scorer with that drive off the glass. They started to call her number down the stretch. Towards the end of the half, she had those 2 steals early with those quick hands. You see how she's able to get in passing lanes, and you just can't loft a pass in her direction. But she is key to getting this engine started in the second half. She's such a capable scorer with that beautiful pull-up jump shot. I'd like to see her communicate a little bit more and demand a little more from her teammates.
The team high 8 points for McNeil. Only one of 4 players to score for ECU in that first half. And given the way the second quarter ended, only 6 points, how does ECU bounce back early in this third quarter?
Well, I think the locker room can give you an opportunity to kind of settle, get out of the half, clear your head, and come back with a new plan. And their plan needs to be like 100% effort. Do the things you do well, and the passes need to be better. They've got to clean up their passing game, and they've got to not let their offense dictate their defense.
ECU searching for its first win when trailing at halftime this year. And now Micah Dennis walks it up the court.
I like that Morgan Mosley's back in the starting lineup. She always plays with incredible effort. Here's another staggered screen.
Bobby Smith's first shot is short. Joyner fouled on the way up. Confirming who the foul is on. That's Mahogany Lester.
Like the crash of the offensive boards by Mai Joyner. Would love to see her keep that ball up high so a guard can't get to it, but nonetheless she draws the foul, goes to the free throw line. Mahogany Lester won 4 state championships at Princess Anne High School in Virginia Beach. She's used to winning.
Staying in the city too, you gotta love that. Joyner, who grew up just a handful of miles here from Greenville in Farmville, North Carolina, misses both. First 2 free throws for East Carolina tonight. Now the press is on. There's a steal. Dennis, bounce pass. Smith has it.
And that's Pirate basketball, and that's what they need to get this engine started. Get in their press, get some deflections, get some steals, get some easy layups.
No team in the country forces more turnovers. Breaking down this defense, and a travel turnover for Maryland Eastern Shore. So add to the turnover totals, 12 for the Hawks. And a comeback win on Saturday over Coppin State. ECU forced 26 turnovers. Foul here in the lane. Joyner causing trouble. Lester picks up 2.
Mahogany Lester just kind of doesn't know what to do. Joyner is about 4 inches taller. She's a much bigger body. Mahogany Lester needs to avoid contact, not let.
So Ariana Sewell checks in. She gets shoved out of the lane. McNeil misses. Sewell the rebound. This Maryland Eastern Shore team living on the offensive glass. 5-0 boards. Led the MEAC coming in offensive rebounding. And a nice bucket for Leslie Thomas.
Wow. Using the high post. Nice pass by Maya Thomas. Thomas to Thomas.
No relation, but a great duo. McNeil, 1v1. McNeil floats, draws the foul. 3-point play opportunity.
Yep, and that's what the Pirates need, more McNeil. Exactly, call your number, run, set some screens for her. She comes off this wing ball screen. She's got one of the most beautiful pull-up jumpers you're gonna see in the American. She just stops and pops. And that short mid-range is her game.
McNeil is now 17th in the country in scoring. Off to an elite start. 19 points a game. Caitlin Clark, no surprise, leads the country in scoring.
And the Pirates really need a secondary scorer, someone they can rely on night in and night out.
Tonight it's Joyner with 6. No player with more than 6, though, for the Pirates.
1-2-1-1.
Breaking the press, Lynch attacks and throws it away. 3 turnovers in this quarter.
Yeah, and that's what the press does. It speeds you up. It makes you do things you don't want to do. You play at an uncomfortable tempo, and this is more the type of game that East Carolina wants to play. They go back to the horn set, which goes into the high-low.
Dennis left alone for 3. Timeout, Maryland Eastern Shore. What a run. 6-0 spurt for the Pirates. And they're back within 4.
Right off that screen, stepping behind the line. Pirates cutting into the lead.
Here's what's going on in the American Athletic tonight. Another low-scoring game. Houston Christian and Wichita State in the battle. And then keep an eye out for SMU Arkansas Pine Bluff. That one could be fun tonight. Right around semester finals, you see random opponents pop up on the schedule. I love it.
We got a good look at Coach Kim and Coach Corey's son, Caden. Maybe the biggest fan in the house, one of their twins. Caden and Gabby, he's a big voice over there behind the bench.
Trying to inspire his mom's team right now. Here's some ball pressure through the hands of Thomas. 5 turnovers this quarter. East Carolina on a 6-0 run.
Morgan Mosley looking for the ball, but she's getting pushed out of scoring range. Great job by the defense. There's McNeil with that pull up again. Nice rebound by Bobby Smith.
East Carolina 10 offensive boards.
That's how you get back in this one. Extra possessions.
Dennis on the switch. Stripped. No foul. It'll stay here. Clock at 6.
Drive to the basket right here. No call right there by the official. It's like some contact. 6 seconds on the shot clock, so inbound from the baseline.
Offensive foul on Joyner. Fighting for position. Maya with her second.
Maya's, she's early in her sophomore season. She's still learning and growing, as we'll see the replay right here. You can see how she just shoves the defender out of the way.
Now a foul on Micah Dennis on the inbound.
But for East Carolina, you don't want that to bother you. You got to keep the momentum going here.
It's a game of whistles in this third quarter.
Three-quarter court, 1-2-2. It's been effective for them in the second half.
How does Maryland Eastern Shore handle this pressure? Well, not there. McNeil to steal, and she's fouled. Danae McNeil putting the Pirates on her back.
I don't know how many times you have to let Danae McNeil steal the ball when you realize you just can't loft it in her direction. She's so quick. And look at this. There's this beautiful jump stop, hangs in the air, draws the foul, and finishes. And so we said we needed more Danae McNeil in the second half, and the Pirates have finally come to life.
The nation's leader in steals. She's having herself a night. Make it 14 points. Back to a one-point game.
Now Maryland Eastern Shore is back on their heels. He's just turning the ball over. Very different team than we saw in the first half, who handled the press pretty well.
Lynch attacks. This is the floater. And an offensive foul on Leslie Thomas. What has changed in this 9-0 run for the Pirates?
The Pirates are playing with energy. They're creating offense with their defense. They're playing more intense on defense. They're playing East Carolina basketball.
Now the 5 team fouls. It's free throws the rest of the quarter. And we have 7 minutes left in the third.
Maya Joyner steps up to the line.
Joyner missed both early this quarter.
Comes in a 67% free throw shooter.
As a team, the Pirates in the middle of the American, 67%. And her first make.
And now that the Pirates are scoring, they're able to get into their press, which they weren't very successful in the first half.
Nearly stole it. Tremendous pressure. Lynch doubled, stolen. Smith stripped. Wanting a timeout, and falls out of bounds. But the effort and intensity much better here for East Carolina.
And that's why Bobby Smith is in there, because she brings the energy. She's a sophomore. She wants to play. She wants the minutes. You see, look at that deflection. She goes after it. She doesn't get it that time. Track her down. Get her in a trap. Get your hand on that one. Get it again, Bobby Smith. And now she's going to attack the basket. She could have passed that ball one dribble earlier for a layup. But I love the effort by the sophomore.
ECU first in the country in turnovers forced. They're making things happen. Foul here for Amaya Joyner. Comes down hard. That's her third foul.
Good intention by Joyner. She saw it coming just a little late.
And now Tatiana Weiss will sub out Joyner.
Like the effort on that play, though.
Eastern Shore was up 10 just 2 minutes ago. This lead has dwindled quickly.
This lineup is playing with some energy, being led by Bobby Smith at the top of the zone. She's like, Coach, let me play. I'll play hard.
Sewell misses. Loose ball, a foul. And that's on Maryland Eastern Shore.
Well, send McNeil to the free throw line, but you got to commend that effort by Maya Thomas. She's trying to track the loose ball down. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Brandon Bannerman.
Both players were in there. East Carolina with its 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the quarter. And it's only been 4 minutes of this third quarter.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate for Maryland Eastern Shore. You work so hard in the first half, and now you're going to send East Carolina. You have to play hard to finish this game, and you're going to send East Carolina to the free throw line. They've been able to now take the 2-point lead. The question is here, what do you do to keep it together? You have to handle the press. That's step one. And I'd love to see this inbounds pass come closer to half court.
Pressure here, the double. Stripped, Smith the steal. Dennis backs it out. East Carolina's forced 17 Eastern Shore turnovers. Mosley. Smith, jumper, no good. And that just rolls out of bounds.
I like it, though. That was nice patience on offense, and that was a good shot by Bobby Smith.
Every possession difficult here for Maryland Eastern Shore.
They're really having a hard time with the press, and I'd like to see them use these players at half court, perhaps to inbound, go sideline middle. You can see how the intensity of the East Carolina defense is picked up. Some imparted words of wisdom in the locker room at halftime, I'm sure.
Down 10 at the break. Now a 2-point lead. Haynes breaks the press.
Well done.
Sloppy pass. And Haynes double dribbled. Some of the mental mistakes are adding up.
The Hawks can't even get into a half-court set, and right
a
there.
Technical foul on Fred Batchelor.
Coach Batchelor's been riding the officials. He hasn't liked some of the play on the offensive end. He's trying to get some calls for moving screens, and the officials, he's just been in their ear, and that time they teed him up. And you know, sometimes a tee fires up your team.
There's the double dribble.
And he's right up, and he's in the ear of Tiara Cruz, and she didn't wait a second. Technical right there.
McNeil makes both from the free throw line.
And now East Carolina will have possession.
One of the unique 13-0 runs where half the points have come via free throws.
McNeil, perfect from the free throw line, 17 points.
Nearing her season average of 19. McNeil wants 19, tries it, and she's got it. Chance to finish off this three-point play.
And there she is again. She comes over the top of the double high screen. She takes it baseline, beats her player, and the smooth pull-up. Her mid-range game is exceptional.
It's been all McNeil in this third quarter. 10 points for Danae. The press is on, and a kick ball for Bobby Smith.
Yeah,
Look at the energy of that ECU bench. Maryland Eastern Shore, 8 turnovers in this third quarter.
they did such a good job taking care of the ball in the first half. I'm going to see some subs come in here.
Lester re-enters and Maya Thomas.
And they're going to go to a 1-4 press break here, mix it up a little bit. Wasn't working for them. They weren't able to get that ball fast. The first line of the press. Sometimes here you'll go sideline middle. There's the sideline, there's the middle, but the trap is too. The guards are so big for East Carolina, they're swarming.
Wilson traveled 9 third quarter turnovers.
And the energy that wasn't there in the first half is like 10 times in the second half. The whole team is into it. This trap comes in. Coach McNeil's got her hands up, and the bench, when the ball gets on the floor and East Carolina gets it back, look at them all. Look at the energy and enthusiasm that wasn't there in the first half, and another 2 right there by Weish.
17-0 run. Big possession, Eastern Shore. Sewell cuts through. This is a chance to stop the 19-0 run.
And this is what the East Carolina press can do to you if you allow it. And they now have, when they can create offense with their defense, it energizes them. But they have to learn how to play through times when they're not scoring, when they can't get in their press. And that may be the lesson they take away from this game today as the season continues.
It stops a 3-minute scoring drought. Ariana Sewell in her 64th career game, fresh off a double-double against Seton Hall. Makes both.
Nice shot.
Big defensive possession now for Eastern Shore. Bobby Smith. Dennis throws it to no man's land.
Good defensive stand there by the Hawks.
We'll take the media timeout. East Carolina on a 19-2 run. right back in business here in the third. This third quarter has been all East Carolina, 19-2 run.
Well, after only scoring 21 points in the first half, they have scored 21 points in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, and they have done it by committee and led by their leader, Danae McNeil, sharing the basketball and then turning those made buckets into pressure defense and forcing turnover after turnover, and the momentum is all with the Pirates now.
Exploding in this third quarter. McNeil's gone off with 21 herself. Now the press is on. Mr. Short just gets it across before the 10-second. Weiss the block and a foul. Ariana Sewell to the free throw line.
But you see how difficult it is for the Hawks to get that ball up the court. That was almost a 10-second call. They're trying to dribble through it, and that's not the answer. Earlier in the game, they were passing through it. Made it look easier early on.
Had 6 first half assists, none since.
But you can see the difference in the level of intensity, the fire that East Carolina is playing with right now.
Sewell has been the scoring option in this third quarter, 3 of 3 from the line. Both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. That's been the story in this third quarter. 21 points so far. Weiss down low. Mosley bounces it in.
That's how you find your post, buddy. Beautiful post-to-post pass. Mosley able to get great position on the weak side of the rim. Nice assist by Weiss, and the press is back.
That's 20 points in the paint. Transition here. Gillum. Every dribble contested. Nice entry. Offensive. Mosley draws the charge. Her energy has been impactful tonight.
That's what she does. She's a leader. She's a seasoned player. She takes charges. She does all the little things. She may not have the biggest line in the stat sheet, but she makes a huge impact on the game. You see how she steps up right there. She loves to take a charge.
Maya Thomas called for her third. That's 3 Hawks with 3 fouls. Now Eastern Shore enters the zone. Weiss inside. Kick out. Nice pass. McNeil. It's been her night from 3.
Go to the zone. Be patient. Find the hot hand. McNeil drills one.
24 for McNeil. Gillum blocked. The energy has totally shifted in this third quarter.
Sometimes you just need a half to regroup. But against conference opponents, you're not going to be able to dig yourself in that kind of hole and dig yourself out of it.
Layup missed. Weiss the rebound. Dennis wants to run. Throws it to the wrong team. Gillum passes it out of bounds.
You see the beautiful pass, McNeil wide open on the weak side of the zone. She's set and ready, and she knocks that down. And then here's Weiss with that get it out of here block.
One of 4 swats. Mosley down low. Weiss position short. And then Afunian with the rebound. Only 5 points in this third quarter for Eastern Shore.
And 26 for the Pirates. They are 7 away
nice
from
catch.
program high.
Sewell snaps the run. McNeil the other way. Floater. Wanted the foul. Back and forth we go. Lynch throws it ahead. Thomas hits it. 4-0 spurt.
Thomas, she is just plays so hard. That's a beautiful floater off the backboard.
Here on Eastern Shore hanging around despite the tough quarter.
I mean, you would think the lead would be much bigger, but East Carolina had to dig themselves out of a 10-point hole. McNeil in the corner.
Way off. Weiss, second chance bucket.
And that's what Pirates need from Weiss. She needs to be there around the rim to clean things up. Great job.
Kick ball on Jenkins. East Carolina +5 in offensive rebounding. That was the strength of Eastern Shore coming in. How impressed have you been with ECU on the glass tonight?
They're just been night and day in the second half. I mean, what a great second half performance. And you see, you play hard, you get a break. So 3 players out, 3 more players in, a lot of depth on that bench. See what some fresh legs can do with the press.
Joyner, Miller, and Smith re-enter. And this press has wreaked havoc on Eastern Shore. 10 third quarter turnovers. Lynch, way off. Dennis, nice pass.
Good job. Settle down, catch your breath. Back to the horn set.
Dennis, great ball. Missed the 3. Bobby Smith, no good. Here's Schinkel Gillum. Nice dump down. Lynch missed it. Thomas, no good. Foul on the loose ball. And Kashe Wilson comes out with it.
Nice weak side rebound there by Wilson.
This is the strength of Eastern Shore. Second chances, loose ball, scrappy plays.
They said they lead the MEAC in offensive rebound, 31st in the country. They value that second shot opportunity.
Stays a 9-point game. Both teams shooting above 70% tonight from the line.
Eastern Shore still in reach on this one. They've just got to get their composure back. They really let it get out of hand in the third quarter. 28 points for East Carolina. 33 is the most they've ever scored in a quarter against USC Upstate. Minute and 13 to go.
Misses both. Smith the rebound. An explosive third quarter for East Carolina. Shooting 50% in the third. Final minute. Smith left alone.
Wide open Bobby Smith, smooth.
That's a 30-point third quarter. Now the pressure, Joyner, double. Needing help, out of bounds.
Maya Joyner gets in a trap. That's a big trap. That's hard to see around. Great job. And right here in front of us at half court, that's a 4-person trap. The sideline, the half court line, and the 2 defenders.
And me and you.
And me and you. It could be 6.
Karina Gordon checks in for East Carolina. Bobby Smith re-enters. Wilson doubled, and she carried 22 turnovers and 15 of them in this third quarter.
We knew East Carolina could do it. We know they're on top in the country in forcing turnovers. I mean, they forced 28 turnovers a game. They just weren't scoring, and because they weren't scoring, they weren't playing hard on the defensive end. That all changed at halftime.
Joyner, 8-second difference. Great lob. Smith is stripped. The steal for Haynes.
I see Joyner with a little ball fake when she's up there. Nice
Bannerman in
finish.
transition.
Bannerman's had a great game.
Back
Sophomore.
in double figures.
Sophomore from Baltimore.
Bobby Smith with 6. McNeil. Danae looks up with 3. McNeil heaves. Short. This place is getting bonkers here in the third quarter. East Carolina puts up a 30-burger to jump up 9.
One, two, three, four.
We call it drive. The unrelenting desire to become the person you were born to be. Ignited by a moment. The realization that a future you could only dream of is within reach. At East Carolina University, you won't just imagine a path. You'll forge one through hard work and the success that comes without surrender. The journey that leads to your future. And this is where it begins.
Welcome back to Greenville in the American Athletic Conference. North Texas off to its best non-conference start in program history at 6-1. And they're also the best scoring team in the league. These notes are brought to you by Grady White Boats. And then defensively, we've seen in this third quarter, East Carolina clamping down on the defensive end.
Holding teams to 54.3 points per game, and we're getting to see a little bit why with this very aggressive press. The turnovers piled up from Maryland Eastern Shore as East Carolina scored 30 points in the third quarter.
That matchup, February 27th, ECU at North Texas, could be a crazy matchup, offense versus defense. As McNeil gets a steal and then throws it into the seats. Not the type of basketball Kim McNeil's looking for.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta, it's the John Wooden, be quick but don't hurry. I mean, sometimes you get going a little too fast.
That pressure is combined for 36 turnovers between the two schools. Wilson dribbles through it. And a steal. Dennis ahead to McNeil. Running the lane for 2 easy ones. Give her 26.
It's a good job. Inbound quickly. Another great way to beat the press. Get it out, get it in, and get it down the floor.
3 30-point games in McNeil's career. She's inching closer. Nice pass. Lynch. Nifty finish with the right hand.
Great offense. The flash cut to the high post and the baseline cut. Well done.
Back to a 9-point game. 9 minutes left.
Maryland Eastern Shore very much still in this. It just seemed like East Carolina was so much in control in the third quarter, but it is only a 9-point, possession game. We got a foul on the floor.
Gordon fouled on the drive. Bannerman claiming she was held. There was a lot of arm contact there. And now Maya Thomas re-enters, the grad senior. Great ball to Gordon. Floats. Short. Joyner. Lost it. Will stay here.
And again, she brings the ball down. Joyner skies for that rebound. She's such a superior athlete. You want to see her just keep it up and put it right back in, and she'll learn that.
A lob near midcourt for McNeil, who's taken over in this second half. 18 points. Joyner the entry. Nice ball, Mosley. Dennis can't convert. Joyner the rebound. Mosley. Second chance, no good. Lynch in transition. Blows by one. That's offensive.
And guess who?
Morgan Mosley.
Morgan Mosley. She sees it coming. She's so smart when it comes to taking charges.
Very productive 16 minutes for Mosley.
I wonder if there's a stat in the East Carolina record book for career charges taken, because Morgan Mosley would be certainly in the top 10.
Well, quote Barnhill, he is the king of stats. He'll let us know one of these days.
Hawks in the zone.
Gordon kicks it out. East Carolina has everyone touching the rock, and now a hard foul. Lynch came jumping in.
I love that Maryland Eastern Shore has not lessened their effort. They had a really tough third quarter, but they're still fighting against a much bigger and stronger opponent.
It was Eastern Shore up 10 at halftime. ECU's come storming back. Thanks to that player right there, Danae McNeil, who continues a great game, 28 points.
She just makes it look so easy.
We have a foul here on, we have a technical foul. I want to check who this was on.
Maya Thomas can't believe it. Official's gonna talk about this one.
So East Carolina commits the flagrant.
And that's why Maya Thomas was so bothered. She's the shooter. She heard 5. She's going to shoot.
So Maya Joyner called for the foul. And 3 points there for Maya Thomas. Technical foul. There's some words after the play from Maya Joyner. As she heads to the bench. And the ball heads into the seats. Ball pressure's been the name of this game. 25 forced turnovers for the Pirates. Nearly 26. Lynch is blocked. Another foul. That sends Leslie Thomas to the line. And Weiss called for the foul.
See the pressure, now the basket attack. The missed shot, Thomas crashes, foul right there. Weiss gets her on the arm.
Maryland Eastern Shore is attacking the bucket.
Well, they're finally getting through the first and the second line sometimes of the press, and they're getting those 2-on-1s, but they're not really distributing the ball well. They should be able to create an easy shot in those 2-on-1s. So they're doing the extra work, pulling the offensive rebound to get themselves to the free throw line.
4 missed free throws in the second half for the Hawks.
11 for 17 right now.
Those are 5 big points left on the board, and a steal for Lynch. Breaks through it. Mahogany Lester finally back in. Playing with those 3 fouls. Clock to 5. Thomas weaves in. Heaves it strong. That's a shot clock violation. And East Carolina's defense, Debbie, only 15 points allowed in the second half.
They really clamped down and picked the intensity up. And they're playing as a team. There were 5 individuals out there in the first half with no energy, and they've just brought it in the second half of this game.
It's a 15-point swing in the second half.
Same play for McNeil over the top. Wing ball screen, double ball screen, jumper right in the middle where she likes it.
Just short. Loose ball to Thomas. Nice outlet. Bannerman runs the break. Misses. Dennis the board. Dennis goes in. Earns the foul. Lester can't believe it.
Eastern Shore bench not happy. No foul on one end, but a foul on the other.
See the referee's explaining.
See this drive to the basket here. Almost looks like the contact was initiated by Micah Dennis. Just ducks her shoulder down.
Lester with 4 fouls heads to the bench. A bit of frustration creeping in from Maryland Eastern Shore.
Micah Dennis is an 82% free throw shooter. East Carolina's 9th made free throw of the night, 9 for 12.
After not attempting one in the first half, things have totally changed. Huge possession for Eastern Shore. This lead down to 11.
They find the middle. There it goes.
Bannerman.
3 on 2.
Tough look. Offensive board. Sewell. No. Second chance. Fouled.
Sewell's been working so hard tonight, but you see that 3 on 2 opportunity, and they're just not capitalizing on it. They're getting through that second line. They have numbers, and they've got to make the right pass, make the score, get the spacing right on the floor. Look at Sewell go to work, though. First time, gets up again. Second time, and there's the foul.
9 points, 5 rebounds for the Bronx native. She's fighting hard. Again, though, the missed free throws adding up. It's 8 misses tonight for Maryland Eastern Shore.
I think the Hawks are getting a little bit tired. They've played a lot of minutes in a very up-tempo game, fighting against the press. It's not just physically draining, it's mentally draining when you have to play against a press like that the whole game.
Coach Fred Batcher firing his squad up, down 10. Here's Mosley. Instrumental with energy in the second half. Dennis, entry. Weish, back to Dennis. Tough look. Knocked around. Outlet pass. Bannerman catches, drives, fouled. That play had everything in it. And free throws here for Maryland Eastern Shore.
This game is getting a little out of control right now. If you're East Carolina, you want to make sure you control the clock. It's a great lead pass. Great take to the rim. Neal, you can see on the arm. Sending Bannerman to the free throw line.
McNeil with her second foul.
Bannerman 6 for 6 from the line. She's got 13 points to lead all scorers.
And this
for the
is
Hawks.
while Maryland Eastern Shore hasn't made a basket in 3 minutes. Hanging around in this game from the line.
0 of 5 for their last shots, but they're not making their free throws. They want to stay in this one. They're going to have to go down.
Here's the 22nd free throw attempt. That one rolls in, 13 of 22. Final 6 minutes here in Greenville. ECU searches for a 7th straight win over Maryland Eastern Shore.
ECU continuing to try to work that high-low. Back into the wing ball screen.
Nice pass. Oh, Weish missed it.
I think another takeaway from this game for East Carolina is passing. And passing, knowing what your teammates can catch, making good passes. That's a beautiful pass, maybe a little too hard. Good eye. But so many of these passes that have been thrown tonight just could be a little bit better.
Lynch throws it into no man's land. Tried to zip a Steph Curry pass, instead had it knocked out of bounds. Fred Batchelor, the all-time winningest coach here at Maryland Eastern Shore. He's always working his team. No quit in the Hawks. Here's the steal. Dennis in transition. Misses. Smith lays it back. Layup good.
Gives her teammate a second chance to finish that one off. Good hustle by Bobby Smith.
I don't know if that's a transition bucket, but it still counts for East Carolina. Now the ball pressure. Lynch gets away with it. Big three. That's off. Loose ball. Comes back out. Thomas kicks it out. Wilson and Bannerman offensive.
Guess who? Guess who?
It's 3 of them tonight.
Morgan Mosley with the trio of charges. She sees you coming. Gets position straight up.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
1, 2, 3 charges by Morgan Mosley.
Bannerman with 3 fouls. All offensive.
Bannerman just trying so hard to help her team win this game.
Under 5 minutes to go. East Carolina searching for a 3rd straight win heading into semester finals. Dennis. Weish, all the room in the world. Misses. Lynch running and gunning. Gillum off. Offensive board in. Leslie Thomas on the glass.
Leslie Thomas has been working down there all day long. Little transition by the Hawks. We saw what that did in the second quarter when they were able to get going with their transition game. Still a 3-possession game.
McNeil floats. Nice look. 30 points for Danae McNeil.
And when it's a 3-possession game, what do you want to do? You want to get the ball in the hands of your star. Danae McNeil, she loves that over-the-top play.
Lynch is doubled. A timeout for Fred Batchelor.
Danae McNeil, 31 points, career high 34. Can she get there by the time this one's open? The smooth jumper for the Pirates' leading scorer.
Say that I'm the one, that's what they call me now. Yeah. Going up, never coming down. Yeah. My feet got lifted straight up off the ground.
Fourth quarter action here in Greenville. This game summary brought to you by Grady White Boats. East Carolina flipped the script, down 10 at halftime. Thanks in large part to its bench and forcing 28 turnovers.
And those turnovers have been the biggest game changer between the first half and the second half, and the energized defense that has UMES playing at a very uncomfortable pace. Right now, 4-possession game with a little under 4 minutes to go on the clock. The Hawks are going to have to do a better job taking care of the ball. In East Carolina, all they really need to do is manage the clock.
Eastern Shore basketball needing a bucket. Instead, Lester turns it over. Nation's leader in steals. McNeil throws it back. Smith converts.
A nice pass by McNeil to set up the sophomore Bobby Smith, who's been working so hard at the front of that press.
Weiss the steal. That's 30 turnovers. Gordon, great dime. Smith hits it. All the points in transition for East Carolina.
2 baskets for Bobby Smith in 5 seconds.
This leads balloon to 15. After Maryland Eastern Shore led by 10 at halftime.
Well, I'm sure that's what Coach did not want coming out of that break. Coach Batchelor, he was sitting on the cusp of being able to score and cut this lead, and it went the opposite way with 2 quick baskets by East Carolina.
Sewell, cross court, open 3, off. Loose ball. There was everybody touching that one, and it'll stay here.
You see this little steal. Here comes transition by the Pirates. A nice dish. Bobby Smith with the bucket, and then again another steal and another bucket by the sophomore, and that's 4 points within 5 seconds by East Carolina to extend this lead to 15.
6-0 run. Call was overturned. It's East Carolina ball. McNeil gets the foul, wanting to extend a 30-point night.
I love how she comes off that to her left, and she's got to get her shoulders squared to the basket, and she's just so good at it.
Kyle Korver talks about so much the shoulder alignment of a shooter, and Debbie, you can speak to this. Danae is very technically sound as a shooter.
She really does a great job getting herself squared to the basket, regardless of the direction of her cut, and it's really hard sometimes to come off that, come to your left and turn around and shoot off your, on your right hand. She does it. She makes it look easy.
That's a new season high, 32 for Danae McNeil, who's been in the 30 zone 3 times this year. Reigning player of the week in the AAC, making things happen. Lester lays it off. Sewell hits it.
That's a nice team press break by the Hawks. It's beautiful sharing of the basketball.
That snaps an 8-0 East Carolina run.
I love that Maryland Eastern Shore is just still going strong. You can see the focus and the determination and how hard they're playing. Amaya Joyner, she's getting pushed up the lane right now.
Smith. McNeil. Tough look, and ties her career high, 34.
She just keeps blowing by her defender with the left to the middle. Pull-up score.
That's half the scoring from Danae McNeil tonight. Breaking the press, Sewell. Easy bucket the other way.
Back line of the press right now, beaten twice. Nice job again.
And more of that passing could have changed this entire game.
Would have made a big difference, especially in the third quarter.
That was plus 19 East Carolina in the third to flip the script. Danae McNeil sitting on 34 points. Clock to 7. Weiss in the lane. Joyner's got it.
Post to post with an easy bucket for Joyner.
While East Carolina will escape with a win tonight, it was a challenging first half. Good adjustments here in the second. Lynch gets in. Open 3. That's off. Weiss the board. And now McNeil runs. Sitting on her career best, 34. Feeds Joyner down low. Draws the foul. And Joyner to the free throw line. Nearing a double-double. 9 and 9 tonight for Amaya. Mahogany Lester is just fouled out, the grad student out of Princess Anne, Virginia, homegrown native.
Well, and for Danae McNeil, her 4 30-point games that she has now at East Carolina. Last time that was done was Jennifer Jackson had 5 from 2001 to 2005.
And Danae's has a whole season to go. That record could be shattered by the end of the year.
Because the Carpenter says she has only just begun.
Joyner goes 1 of 2. Now the largest lead for East Carolina at 18, and the steal. Miller in transition. East Carolina has forced 30 turnovers tonight, totally flipping the script from a rough first half, down 10. Joyner goes to the free throw line. Miller the rebound. And after barely scoring in the first half, this is a 51-point second half. There's a steal from Maryland Eastern Shore. The Hawks will gear up for FDU on Saturday. And there's a late 3 from Maya Thomas. And East Carolina wins its 3rd straight. Not the best first half of basketball for Kim McNeil's club, but a dominant second half, led by 34 points from Danae McNeil in the win.
Oh, I think if you're Coach McNeil and her staff, there are a lot of takeaways from this one in areas where you know you have to improve, but you have to commend your team for getting together in the second half and coming out and playing with the effort, the intensity that they did to force the 30 turnovers. That's how they scored. Danae McNeil, 34 points. The rest of the Pirates, 38. What a performance by Danae tonight.
Feels very much like Kobe Bryant against the Toronto Raptors all those years ago. McNeil took over in that second half.
She's just such a force, and she can score in so many ways. And you see she got out early by getting in passing lanes and creating offense with these 2 quick steals early in the game. But when her team needed her most, when they were really struggling, it's when she needs to call her own number, and she loves to go to her left and hit that pull-up jump shot. She's so good at it, and she was feeling it tonight. Everything was going her way. She kept them in this game. She energized them in the second half. What a great performance by Danae McNeil.
Outstanding in that second half as well, when ECU needed it. 26 for McNeil in the closing minutes. And all in all, ECU back in the win column, 5-3. Maryland Eastern Shore, good battle tonight, but comes up short in this second half. For the lovely and talented Debbie Taylor and our talented crew led by Will Bailey and company, great performance from the Pirates in that second half, overcoming a 10-point deficit. We sign off here from Greenville. ECU a 15-point winner. I'm EvanBudrovich. We say good night from Greenville. This is a presentation of ESPN.